Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Osu Catch World Cup 2025. I'm Snow Leopard here with Doland to see an ultimate North American showdown between Canada and Mexico. Doland, how's it going?
It goes quite well, and indeed the ultimate North American showdown, as well as quite a close seed matchup. Seed 12 Canada, Seed 15 Mexico. Should be a great one, and Seed 13 Germany awaits the winner tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of banger matches with really close seeding. We got Canada, who's a bit lower seeded than expected this year, but probably a bit underseeded, so going to be quite the opponent, but Mexico, no slouch either. Definitely can punch above their weight as well.
Yeah, Mexico have been playing catch-up since the beginning after falling to Colombia in the round of 32. They've been going on that lower bracket run. We'll see if they can keep it up here as we get the rolls and bans. It is going to be Canada winning this roll.
Yeah, pretty low rolls, but 35 will get the job done with Mexico rolling 10. We'll see how they want to start.
Predictions are live. Go ahead and gamba your channel points in the chat as we await the bans here. It's been quite a fun map pool for the viewers this weekend. A lot of throwback banger tracks on display in this map pool. We'll hopefully see if we can avoid getting those banned.
Yeah, I definitely like Hidden One. It's always a fun one.
Yeah, Hidden One, Double Time 3.
I'm curious about is if we're going to see the Hidden 2 ban. It is the AR8 Hidden. It's been a popular ban so far.
That is interesting, because, I mean, I feel like both of these teams realistically could ban it, but they could both play it, I feel, in my opinion. So it's kind of an interesting map in that dynamic.
Yeah, when we get to these higher seed matches, where you'd expect the map to perhaps come out a bit, and yeah, these two teams in particular both have some pretty strong hidden rosters, so definitely could be on the cards here, as Mexico is going to be the first one banning.
And they're taking some time with that ban. It's not an easy decision when you're up against a team like Canada, who, like you said, is somewhat underseeded. And it is going to be Hidden 2.
Hate to see it, but can't blame them.
So no low AR Hidden here. It's gonna... Oh no! Canada! What have you done?
Wait a minute, they said pick Hidden One. I assume they mean ban, but unless we're just missing a chat.
I'm hoping they mean pick.
There we go, let's go.
Okay, saved.
I'll take
saved. Canada with the top tier rage bait. I mean, some pretty sensible bans here, I feel.
Yeah, banning out that consistency Nomad 1 when you're the higher seed, both literally and effectively, with Canada being a bit underseeded. Makes sense, banning out that consistency map. It's the easiest one for your opponent to just get a nice through AFC and you to make a small mistake, and there goes your point. Going to be starting out with Hidden One, which we have seen this be a struggle for some teams. The swing rhythm does make it a bit difficult with the Hidden, even though stat-wise it's fairly normal. Your CS4 AR 9.1.
Oh, 9.1, that's definitely one of those awkward ARs that you typically don't really see common in the quote meta when it comes to maps. And a lot of people do consider AR9 to be somewhat low. But
yeah, I guess these days it is considered a bit low. I'm an old head, so to me AR9 is like the standard, but
right.
But yeah, for the meta these days, 9.1 is starting to get into that low area, but I wouldn't quite call it low AR hidden.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you can't quite call it low AR, but you can't quite call it mid AR, you know, it's kind of somewhere on that line in between.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like we are waiting for a substitution here for Mexico, having some difficulty getting into the lobby.
There we are. Okay, we got Agamalpa coming in. Looks like that will be the third player for Mexico, alongside Cowboy and Firu. With the good looks in the chat, I think that's going to be locking in Katsuragi, Red, and Unlucky W for Canada.
Going to be getting this North American showdown underway. And 3.5 minutes here on this hidden one pick. It is a somewhat lengthy map too, so with that swing rhythm, if you lose your way, it's really hard to find it.
Yeah. We had some matches earlier on, actually one Friday for the North American time zones, and saw this map come out, and it was a bit of a struggle. It was a crazy map. Swung the score right at the very end, so these teams are a little higher seed than that previous match, but still plenty to trip them up on.
Definitely, but an early miss for Canada here is going to give that lead to Mexico as Agamalpa trades Red and Unlucky W. You see some struggles already here, and now it's only Katsuragi and Firu holding the full combos out of the intro.
Yeah, Agamalpa dropped below 75% accuracy, is starting to recover on this slow section. From what I see, from what I was seeing, I think the core section is going to really start to trip people up, even if they're okay on these slower sections. It gets into really fast wiggles with a ton of hypers, and it's really easy to just slip out of that rhythm.
We do see a complete team wipe here from Mexico, only traded by Katsuragi on the Canadian side of things, as Red is above 200 and Unlucky W is right there. Canada are going to start running away with this.
Yeah, a lot of struggle coming out in this course section, but Red holding on super well. Unlucky W was as well. Does find a single miss, but recovers.
And it's only Red, really. Everyone else is kind of holding the same combo and missing at about the same rate.
Back into a bit of a slow section, help these players build up some combo, but Agamalpa continuing to struggle a little bit, hasn't quite cracked back into the 90%.
And Red outperforming their teammates by 100,000 points. Looking really comfortable on this hidden one pick. Back into the swing, and it will claim Red as well as Agamalpa once again. Firu and Cowboy seem to have finally found their footing, but unfortunately being matched by Katsuragi, but all combos down except for Firu now.
Yeah, but holding on through this course is really impressive, but you can see it's just claiming so many misses.
And like you said, Agamalpa down to 400,000 points. Despite a brilliant performance here from Firu on the back half of the map, it is going to take a collapse of epic proportions for Canada to lose this one.
Yeah, they need at least 2 players to be completely collapsing, since Agamalpa has been struggling to hold the combo. Agamalpa could clutch it up at the end, then could be a bit closer if we do see a bit of a meltdown for Canada, but time is slim.
And Katsuragi back up to 200 combo to stop the bleeding. Will find a miss though, but again, there's just not enough time here as the score gap is actually widened somewhat due to the struggles for Agamalpa. Cowboys miss, sealing it for sure. A solid opening point here for Canada. And now all eyes really on Red to see how high that score is going to climb to 928,000.
Yeah, beautiful play from Red there. Did find 6 misses, but on a map like this, that's still very impressive. Firu with 8 misses, so pretty much matched it in the latter half of the map. Just had some earlier misses, but either way, a convincing 1-0 start for Canada on their map pick.
And again, we'll have to see how quickly Canada reach for Hidden 3, because it's a different beast than the other Hidden maps, for sure. But the question is, where do Mexico go with their opening pick here? Nomad 1 taken away by Canada.
Yeah, and I don't think that map alone is going to define this match, because it's a particularly difficult map and I think suits Canada a lot better. Even though Mexico does have some hidden players, it's a very particularly difficult hidden map. So Mexico still has plenty of shots to get their points back here as they take us to what their first map pick is going to be, and it will be Mixed Mod 2. 10, my beloved.
You don't typically see teams ban a Hidden 2 and then reach for Mixed Mod 2 immediately.
Yeah, they are opting into the low AR hidden. Not quite AR8 low, but it is 8.4.
Yeah, a lot of high density patterns in this map. Again, it's all about the reading on Hidden with the AR 8.4, and with Hard Rock, it's, well, typical Hard Rock test precision. That's always the name of the game with Hard Rock. CTB White Cat checking in. Will relieve Unlucky W.
Yeah, that's Fuhi, isn't it? Yeah, it's Fuhi.
No, that's CTV White Cat.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. My hero.
Hui? This is what I came to see today at the top of my screen. CTV White Cat and Milk 16.
Some solid names, honestly. Not quite like a name collab level, but it's getting there. Getting some lore built.
Definitely. You got to build the team lore. That's how you truly become legendary.
At least Canada isn't hitting us with WWWWW names this year, so commentary is saved.
Unfortunately, some people like to become legendary in the wrong sense.
I like the Netherlands route.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the prime example. Rest in peace, warm-ups. But here we go. It's going to be round 2 on the Mixed Mod. It's going to be Katsuragi and Firu contesting Hidden. CTB White Cat against Milk on Hard Rock, and Red against Cowboy on Nomad.
So far, pretty good start. Red did miss early, but as I say that, Katsuragi and Red both missing.
The start immediately goes awry for 4 of them as Firu now finds a miss. So it's only the Hard Rock players, funny enough, holding on.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, Hidden, fair enough. You would expect the Nomad to have a bit of an easier time than the Hard Rock players. But so far, it is the Hard Rock players on those last 2 full combos.
And again, it is still AR 8.4, so if you just played the previous map, transitioning to a map like this is going to be difficult given the density. Firu and Katsuragi will trade, but Milk is going to find the first drop on Hard Rock, and that is going to be advantage for Canada as Red has recovered quite nicely on the Nomad, as well as Cowboy. This one's still very close. Only a 1 miss game, 32,000 points here halfway through.
Yeah, everyone recovering up their combo, but with these difficult patterns, Katsuragi gonna find a miss. I was gonna say very easy to slip up. Cannot be caught sleeping on this. And Fear gonna be the next to fall.
As well as Milk, and that's a team reset for Mexico. It was looking good, but unfortunately they've fallen apart in CTB White Cat and Red. Comboing brilliantly here into the final third of the map with 75,000 points of advantage. Oh no, what is that miss? That's so unfortunate. Jinx.
Does stem the bleeding a little bit and actually starts to ever so slowly swing the score back towards Mexico, but it will not be enough on its own. We are getting low on time. Time is there, but Canada needs to miss a few times here. Yeah,
we're going to need to see a double miss here out of Canada real shortly, and it does not look like that is going to happen. Oh, wait, there it is! One is traded by Milk. Is it going to be enough? I think they need more, unfortunately, and Canada are going to take the break point, it looks like. Yep, they will. Into the spinner. They have it by 30K. What a close one.
It wasn't for the trade by Milk. It was maybe possible. I think it still would have just barely gone Canada, though. There wasn't quite enough time to fully capitalize on that, but man, it was close. Got a little scary.
Really impressive stuff out of CTV White Cat there on the one miss. Nearly 1 million points. And even out of the hidden players who were the lowest scores in the lobby, you had 870 and 895K. Some pretty respectable hidden performances by Katsuragi and Firu. And Hidden 3, yep, they're going to waste no time going right back into the mod that works for them.
Yeah, not a huge surprise there. This one going to be the highest approach rate for the Hiddens, 9.4. I think that's definitely standard approach rate. If you're calling it 9.4 low, then you're just wrong. So
that ain't right.
I suited Creeper, and then, you know what, fair enough. That man plays like AR-11, so.
Yeah, then it's still low. But a much shorter beat map here, so again, as long as Canada can get a good launch here, they should be all right. But I do worry because of all the hidden picks, this is probably the one that Mexico would be most likely to be able to contest, given that it's more focused on mechanics rather than the reading challenge or the low approach rate.
Yeah. It is quite mechanical, so it does raise that difficulty level in general a bit, and still has some density despite the higher approach rate. But yeah, I do think this is probably the most competitive hidden map for Mexico. So Canada closing out the hidden pool, but not without any risk. It is also only 2 minutes, so if they have a little unlucky run, could easily swing over to Mexico.
Looks like Mexico having a couple connectivity issues. They are going to be having a few more substitutions coming in. Looks like we are going to be getting Daxaraz, as well as Kami, potentially, for Mexico. As a quick reminder, if you want to support any of these teams that you're watching this weekend on the Catch World Cup, you can get a banner in the OS store on your profile for $2.50. They look amazing, and they go to support the tournament as well as the players of the team that you get the banner for. And if the team you buy the banner for wins the whole tournament, you get to keep it for longer, just for the bragging rights.
Got a lot of money to spend. You can go with the tried and true strategy of just buying a banner anytime a team wins.
You could just get all 32.
You can buy as many as you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen some interesting things with the profiles. People building patterns out of the banners. Always a treat to see. So definitely check those out. One of the coolest ways you can get a little decoration on your profile. I myself have a Sweden banner. Still need to buy the US one.
Oh man, the joke's still going. We love it.
I'm a Swedish plant this whole time. Cowboy gotta find a really early miss. Like first 5 combo.
He's going to be immediately traded here by Katsuragi and Unlucky W. This is what we were referring to, Snow Leopard.
Yeah. This is the type of map where it's, yeah, you no longer have that kind of hidden skill set advantage for Canada. It's just a straight up duel, and Unlucky in red finding some misses, getting quite a sizable lead for Mexico at the start of this. We're already a quarter of the way through as well.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Canada here at all, as Daxaros has come in and is popping off along with Fear and Cowboy, and Canada really struggling to find any consistency here.
Yeah, that lead just continues to grow. Already at 160k, another miss from Katsuragi. Will be traded by Daxaros. That's a team wipe now for Canada, so it's going to continue to extend.
Yeah, and a near team wipe for Mexico as well. Only Firu holding combo. And is the lone full combo, and at the break, Mexico are going to see that they have a sizable advantage heading into the back half of this one. A prime opportunity for them to get a break point and get right back into this game, as Unlucky W is going to go down in the slow section.
Firu finally going to drop that full combo. Whole team down for Mexico. Canada going to reclaim some of that score back, but Unlucky W and Katsuragi just not holding on to the combo. It's up to red right now. And that is a huge lead to try and come back from.
Yeah, they're going to need to regain form and find footing pretty soon. And red going down is not a good sign, as well as Katsuragi. Fear and Unlucky W up to 200. Fear will go down, but this is not enough for Canada. And Mexico, despite losing a lot of this lead here in the ending section of the map, are going to hold on to win it. Still by 100,000 points.
Yeah, I think that really techie section at the end there kind of favored Mexico. Even though they were dropping a lot and actually lost a lot of score lead, it made sure that Canada didn't have enough combo to actually make a comeback. Secures the point. So breakpoint to breakpoint. Now 2-1 and Mexico's pick. They have a chance to tie it back up here.
And that was a prime example of why free combo in a beat map just matters so much. Canada finding the early struggles, and Mexico were just able to capitalize. Found no misses until the final difficult sections of the map. And even though Canada outperformed them on the back half of the difficult sections, it didn't matter. The lead was just too big by that point.
Yeah, if you saw the miscounts, it was actually fairly even across the board, but Mexico holding all those misses until the end in those more difficult sections, where Canada still was finding 1 or 2 here and there. It made the whole difference, so very well played by them. And luckily for them, Hidden Pool completely off the board now. There is a Mixed Mod 1, but that is the only map left that could force them into a hidden battle again. And even then, just in a 1v1.
Yeah, so the question remains, where will Mexico go with this second pick? And it's a very important one. They have to consolidate this breakpoint, tie the match.
Yeah, I'm expecting either Nomad or Hard Rock. Canada also no slouches on double time. Could see them heading there next when they get their pick back. And it will be Nomad 4. They're going to go for the convert.
Switching it up from mechanics to tech in a different way in the convert pick of the map pool. 2.5 minutes. AR 9.5. So as far as converts go, this is a pretty standard stat line you're looking at here. But again, that's if you play converts.
Yeah, other interesting note for this map is it was a song custom created for us, but not for CWC or even OWC. It was actually for Corsace Open 2023. So, getting some extra use out of it with the CWC version. Shout out to the original mappers, Ariel and Nakano Itsuki, for allowing us to take this in, make it something of our own.
Five and a half stars. Again, star rating especially deceptive on a convert pick. Looks like we are going to be getting 0 substitutions though, Snow Leopard.
Yeah, gonna be staying that same roster, which, I mean, I don't blame Mexico on that. The roster had a really nice showing there, especially with Daxaraz coming in. Showing up big immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, also the fact that Canada are not switching it up and, you know, they're able to keep the same roster in after that performance, it's really going to test Canada's adaptability and the mental game here to put that tough breakpoint loss aside and come back at it on the convert and try to get yet another breakpoint to regain that 2-point lead.
Red will be the first to fall, right around 100 combo. Does recover in that miss from Firu. Well, there's misses all over, but I think that favors Canada in the end.
Oh, but the final miss comes out from Canada. Only one full combo remains. It's Daxaraz. Top of your screen on the right side for Mexico. And it is going to be Mexico finding their footing here earlier on the convert. And though Daxaraz does give up the FC, Firu has reached 200 combo and is the only one there. Katsuragi breaking 100 now for Canada.
Yeah, Daxar is holding the torch in the beginning, getting that lead. Firu taking over just in time. There's a nice 90k lead for Mexico so far.
Oh, but not for long as a double miss comes out from Cowboy and Firu. Instantly eradicating 20,000 points of advantage. And that will continue to shrink as the map progresses as another miss comes out from Cowboy 2 here, but traded by White Cat and Katsuragi. CTB White Cat with another miss here. And that is going to give Mexico some life.
It was looking really sketchy for a second, but misses coming out from Canada will save them. It's Firu back up to combo. Cowboy well on his way. Will make it as well. Firu drops.
I mean, Mexico have provided Canada several opportunities, but unfortunately they have found one too many misses. Right when the opportunity arises, here's a trade. 2 on the side of Mexico, traded by 1 from Canada. That will narrow the score margin as Cowboy finds yet another miss, traded by Katsuragi.
Yeah, it's all over the place. No one's holding the combo for too long. Red is above 200. The only one to be there until now.
Oh, big miss from Daxaraz and Firu. Just what Canada needed.
And Cowboy, the team wipe.
They are running out of time, but the misses are coming out. They could still do this if they hold form. 50,000. CTB White Cat drops. Not what Canada need. They still have 2 combos. Mexico need to stop the bleeding. Double miss comes out. Red falls. And that's not going to be enough. Canada needed that last combo to hold.
Mexico just building up that lead of, I believe it was nearly 100,000 at the peak. Helped them weather that storm in the end, where it got very scary.
And a job well done from Mexico to consolidate the breakpoint, tie the match back up. And now we have a game on our hands. And now I would say this might be advantage Mexico here, because now you've got a tie game and no more hidden maps remaining.
Yeah. Canada does still have the double time pool, so that is something to contend with, but the pool is dwindling in terms of stuff that's fairly Canada favoring, so definitely a competitive match. I think Mexico, they got the points they needed on those early hidden picks to secure themselves a good shot at taking this match.
Yeah, they've definitely given themselves a chance with that breakpoint and consolidation. But now the question is, where will Canada go? Likely double time, but actually it is going to be a timeout called by Canada. So So they're going to use their 1-2-minute timeout here.
I think that just goes to show that the pool is looking a lot harder to pick now.
Well, yeah,
exhausted all those hidden picks.
And they acknowledge just how serious the situation is, because they know that despite their advantage on the double time maps, that Mexico can probably contest these no mod and hard rocks. And there's that mixed mod still hanging out there. So they know that Mexico, in theory, have enough maps in this pool that they have an advantage on to take this one to tiebreak at least. So
yeah, and with that said, that means that Canada can't afford to give away a breakpoint. If they do, that could be Mexico closing it out without us even getting to that tiebreaker. So makes a ton of sense here. They're taking their time out. They need to choose their next steps very carefully and make sure they don't give any breakpoints over.
Also probably a smart call as a captain for Katsuragi to just step in and call the timeout now after they go up 2-0 and then unfortunately can't maintain that 2-point advantage, and now it's a tie game. You saw one of the Canadian players leave early after the end of that last map, so maybe trying to just calm the team down, get the players settled back down, and lock back in.
Yeah. There's a time to lock back in, and it is definitely here. Mexico looking like they're starting to lock in themselves, so Canada need to be able to match that energy.
We'll see. And again, we're probably starting to run out of time here on this timer. I imagine we only have about maybe 30 to 45 seconds left.
Yeah.
So Canada are in the midst of a very tough decision right now.
Look at the double times. Wonder which one they would... I imagine they're going to pick a double time. I just don't know which one. Perhaps double time one if they're feeling a bit shaken and they just want to go with the consistency pick, ease into it. That being said, they may be more favored on double time 2 or double time 3 just because of the higher difficulties.
It is going to be
double time 2
BT2.
picked.
So yep, as you correctly assumed, double time. And this is probably where Canada's going to reside here for much of the remainder of this match in terms of picks.
Yeah, and this map being 3 minutes long before double time does actually coincide with it being 3 different songs. So 3 different tracks from Mega Man 2. So we will see some BPM changes twice throughout the map, so could throw some people off as well. Definitely the type of map where you want some practice on it. Do not want to be jumping into this blind.
It looks as if Mexico are going to keep the same roster in the lobby. It will be Unlucky W, Red, and CTB White Cat. Here we go. Good luck's in the chat. Round number 5. Now underway after the timeout. We'll see if this was the right choice after much deliberation. Early misses coming out from Daxaraz and Red, as well as Cowboy.
Yeah, slight advantage to Canada, but not quite as large as you would hope. But going to be a team-wide miss for Mexico there. We'll finally see that lead extension that Canada was hoping for.
Yeah, now we see Red and Fui really starting to lock in now and settle into this double time pick. Mexico finding their footing, have regained all their combos back to 200, but 71,000 points is the margin. It's going to be at least 2 misses, and Daxaros is going to put them further behind with that drop.
See a drop from White Cat. Not going to hurt the lead too much, though. It was basically a trade for Daxaros.
And that'll keep things right around 70,000 points. Another miss here from CTV White Cat. Now started chain miss. That'll give Mexico some points back. An unlucky W will trade with Firu.
That could be enough to start making this scary.
Yeah, Cowboy
saves him.
Yep, unlucky W will trade, but now it's around 1.5 miss advantage for Canada here, about 40,000 points. Could take a little more than 1 miss here, but the double miss is going to be absolutely devastating for Mexico out of Daxaros and Cowboy. It's all red into the final sections.
Daxaros finding a miss again. Firu finally dropping as well. That was the team leader. And that score difference just balloons over to Canada at the end here.
Oh, and Red will find the drop. Unfortunately, no full combo here, but the job has been done for Canada. 130k. They'll regain the lead 3-2.
Yeah, it's always interesting when the score jumps. The score difference jumps a lot at the end there because if you don't have teammates like watching the stream or letting you know, they might assume that that was kind of just a blowout, but really it was fairly close until the end. So still favoring Canada as to be expected, but a little closer than maybe you'd expect. Does get the job done though. Mexico going to go over to Mixed Mod 1.
Yeah, not too big of a surprise.
Surely Canada's strategy all along is to get us to tiebreaker so they can play the Yoshi Green map. It wouldn't be a CWC without a Canada tiebreaker, so.
Right, you gotta have a Canadian tiebreaker.
And also Canada, they won their double time 2 pick, so no trolling to be found. Overall, looking pretty good out of Canada, but we're still in that pretty tense situation where Mexico has plenty of picks, Canada starting to dwindle on theirs. So, break points want to be avoided at all costs for both of these teams.
Yeah, and Canada, again, they still have 2 more double time picks, but the main problem is that, Mexico is probably well aware of what they're going to pick, and, there's always that chance that they have a player or 2 in the background practicing those double time maps right now. This has definitely been a popular pick this weekend. Going to be going with the flow here. It's going to be CTB White Cat against Daxaros on the Hard Rock. Red versus Firu on Hidden. Unlucky against Cowboy on Nomad.
We're loading into it. Pretty much, yeah. Same squads. Popped slots around a little bit, but it makes sense for the mixed mod. Daxaros is going to be taken Hidden alongside the Hard Rock. Always interesting to see, but with AR-10, it doesn't matter as much. You're pretty much looking at the top edge of your screen anyway.
Yeah, and I think for some players in that instance. It just helps them focus on that region of the screen. So
Yeah.
definitely a preference mod for sure. And someone is not skipping the intro.
I think that is Dexteros. He's the only one not
I
moving.
think so.
He's hanging out. He's having a good time.
Well, I guarantee you one of them's forcing that intro to be played. That's so funny.
Yeah,
mind
maybe he's trying to
games.
ice Canada out, yeah. To sit
I mean,
there
that's
and,
a
stew
fair
on it.
plan. Instead, it backfired if it was indeed Daxaraz. Early miss comes out from Dax as well as Cowboy and Unlucky W.
Yeah, Mexico trying to go with the flow, but flow heading over to Canada so far.
Oh, Fear, that's a nasty miss there. That took a couple points of
Really fast
accuracy.
wiggles.
Yeah, a couple of these hypers, if you miss them, you're going to end up missing a whole section. And despite the early struggles from Mexico, the lead is now, well, just now starting to take off because that miss from Daxaraz. It's going to park right around 90,000. Oh, but that double miss is going to make things a lot worse.
Yeah, the difficulty of this map may have been a bit of a fumble to be picked by Mexico. Had plenty of hard rock and nomad to go for, and could just be an unlucky run, but 160k is quite decisive for Canada right now.
And we're not even halfway through the map, too. That's what's even more alarming. The level of consistency Canada is on right now is pretty good. Hard to beat that.
We're in a flow state right now. And it's what they need to try and close this out before going to tiebreaker.
And this would be
Halfway through.
absolutely huge. They've kind of been, even though they've been ahead on the scoreboard for most of the map, ever since that early break point from Mexico that they consolidated, it kind of took the wind out of Canada's sails a little bit. This will definitely get them pointed back in the right direction.
Before the seeding results came out, you would expect Canada to be one of the favored to reach the podium, if not potentially win it all, but double miss out of Mexico, extending that bleeding even further, almost at 250k.
Yeah, that is going to put Mexico well out of contention here as a drop finally comes out from the Canadian side. It's from Unlucky W, but it will not alter the fate of Canada here as it's all Fooey and red. CTB White Cat will drop. I have cursed Fooey. That's on me, brother.
Yeah, there's these really small kind of anti-flow wiggles catching a lot of players out. Pretty much everyone but red has fallen to him now.
Will the lone full combo in the lobby hold through till the end? Final section coming up. Dense stacks. Yes, red.
Red holds on. Beautiful score.
Near double S on the hidden. 1.017 million.
Yeah, that's a strong contender to be a top score for the weekend on this map.
No doubt. How
Potentially
crazy
even
was
team
it?
score, but
Wait a minute.
definitely
how
individual
is the
score.
worst score on Canada the Nomad?
Yeah, that is actually.
That's insane. Dude, poor Unlucky W living up to their name today.
Yeah. The true classic, but Canada getting the breakpoint they need, I think that's going to help the Nerves a lot. It's now their pick. They're one away from match point. And plenty of options still available for them. Well, I guess not too many. They got the 2 double times, and I think they can still put up a fight on the Nomads and perhaps even the Hard Rocks, but the pool is thinning out a bit, but they just need to get one more to at least lock them into tiebreaker, so that should be some weight off their shoulders.
Yeah,
If they can
break
get that
point-
next point, then that's a lot of pressure off.
That breakpoint was absolutely devastating for Mexico. They'd worked so hard to even the match after going down 2-0 at the start. Now find themselves down 2 points again, and it will be no mod 3, the pick for Canada. Into our gimmick pick of the pool.
Another Canadian map.
I'm noticing a pattern.
Sounds like we have a lot of Canadians on the pooling team, but rest assured, no funny business going on here. And also, this one is another OS original, this time specifically made for CWC this year. Love to see it. And if we can get to tiebreaker, we'll get to see the second one for this week. We got 2 of them, so. Canada probably wanting to close things out here, if they can, before we get there, but I personally would love to see the tiebreaker, so. We'll see if Mexico can go the distance. Stealing a breakpoint here would be huge. And they're going to need to steal a breakpoint. At least, I think, 2 breakpoints if they want to bring us to tiebreaker. At least 1.
Just 1 breakpoint right now at the moment.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yep. Have to win all of their picks and get 1 breakpoint out of the next 2 Canada picks. Math is
Here
hard.
we go. Math is hard. Yes. Early miss out of Firu here. Definitely won't be the deciding factor. Check out these long sliders. And then it goes right back into some, dense stack patterns.
Yeah, these hyper droplets, easy to throw you off, but so far, being navigated fairly well.
But Canada navigating them better as misses coming out now from Daxaraz and Firu.
Another miss coming out for Daxaraz. Canada looking really solid on this. 3-way FC.
Three-way FC and 2 of them still rocking double S's at that. But we're still a long way from home here. And CTV Whitecat is going to drop.
Was unlucky W.
Firu. It's the start of something. Red holding a nice 800 combo here. But unfortunately, there's just not much combo on the side of Mexico.
Yeah, Firu and Cowboy both found misses around the same time, so Mexico not really able to capitalize on anything. Only change here is FC's lost.
Yeah, they're really going to have to lock in on the back half of this map here and hope for some misses out of Canada. Daxaraz and Red will trade. And that was the largest combo on Canada down, but Firu also is going to match it.
Now with Cowboy down, there's no combo for Mexico. Whitecat has come back up to combo as well as Red. We just extend that lead, and it's another massive score lead, quite possibly insurmountable at this point without a complete meltdown from Canada.
Yeah, I'd say this one is pretty much insurmountable at this point. Canada going to go up 5-2. The on the verge of match point. And Mexico, man, they have a long road ahead of them back into this match. As you said, they have 2 picks that they have to win, and they have to get a break point off of Canada to force tiebreaker. It is going to be a long road back.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this was a Nomad pick as well. So Canada still has some double time picks up their sleeve for the next pick, but that was Canada's pick. So Mexico, they get the next pick. Hopefully, they can secure the point there. After that is where it starts to get spicy. It'll be Canada with their final pick of the match, and Mexico with the challenge of trying to take a break point on that to give them the opportunity to have their final pick.
And these 6 players have remained in the lobby for the past 4 maps, I believe.
Yeah. Surprising to see no roster swaps. These teams both have a pretty decent roster that they can rotate through, but these 6 players kind of feeling it, I guess.
Feeling the flow.
Yeah. Could also be just the remaining team members are more of those kind of specialty picks. They just come in for their key talent maps and then let the main core handle the rest. Will we see Hard Rock coming out? Doesn't seem like either team has been wanting to pick it. Mexico will start it out.
Until now. And, you know, I guess Mexico just figured that, you know what? No one's picked Hard Rock yet.
Gotta be a reason.
Gotta be a reason, right? And, well, it's definitely not because these teams are uncomfortable on Hard Rock. The problem here is that both of these teams are comfortable on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a big game of chicken in terms of that Hard Rock pool. But Mexico, with their backs against the wall, they know they can't go for double time. And Nomad 2 is quite dense, which the dense maps have not gone their way as well today, and that just leaves Hard Rock left in the pool. Which, if this works, that could open the door for Hard Rock 2 or 3 for their final pick if they can break Canada.
Yeah, I think, well, even if Canada wasn't at match point right here, I think the result of this map will really kind of spell out how the rest of the match could go.
Yeah, this is definitely going to tell us a lot here.
Also, the first metal song for this year of CWC, so love to see that. Get some good song variety.
The stream consistency Hard Rock pick. Some wiggles, some light anti-flow. You know, I'd say it's pretty standard, but, you know, definitely noticeably more difficult than previous Hard Rock ones.
Yeah. It is the quote-unquote consistency pick, but tons of streams, which can always get a little sketchy with Hard Rock. Stat-wise, everything is fairly standard, so nothing to be worried about there.
But the streams themselves, what makes this map unique is it's the variety of the different streams you have in terms of the width, right? Because some of them are quite wide, but some of them are not wide at all. And it really is a map that can keep you on your toes as a Hard Rock player. So it's going to truly test these 6 individuals who are still remaining in the lobby with no substitution, Snow Leopard.
At some point, you're just going to start getting tired, especially with these difficult maps. This map is the second highest star rating in the pool, 7.2, just behind the 7.3 of Nomad 1.
Yeah, this will definitely reveal any signs of fatigue here. You can already see things start off pretty tame in terms of the patterns of the streams. You'll see that they vary in width. And that
Daxaraz going to be the first to fall.
He's going to claim Daxaraz, unfortunately. Will be traded by Fui, by CTV Whitecat there. The Cowboy also following it up will keep the advantage with Canada.
3 FCs left in the lobby. Firu, Unlucky W, in red.
Oh,
Firu's going to drop.
And now things
Canada
are looking pretty
seat.
grim. Yep. and it's not looking good for Mexico. There's several misses behind, approaching the halfway mark. They're going to need to see a collapse here, a double miss from the Canadian side in the back half of this map. But it's going to be Mexico themselves finding the double miss from Daxaraz and Firu, and it could be over now if Canada continue to hold.
Yeah, that 60k lead, that there's some room to come back. It still technically is, but 100k, it's starting to look less likely.
Oh! Unlucky W finding a big miss there. It is not going to be enough for Mexico, but it will at least keep their hopes alive somewhat.
Yeah, it's in this slower section, which is, I wouldn't call it quite free combo, but compared to the rest of the map, kind of free combo, which means Mexico, they're going to be able to fully capitalize on it. Lucky back up to the 200, and that was a full point worth of damage.
Oh, another
done.
one? Right out of
miss,
unlucky.
rather.
Yeah, and that's what you
Yeah,
hate
we
to
might
see,
have
right?
another.
There goes another 20,000. But again, Mexico are still going to need to see probably one or two more misses. They're holding quite nicely. They're doing what they need to do. But again, if the misses don't come out, they just don't come out. And that's going to be all she wrote for Mexico. Will it happen?
It's all up to Canada now.
And they're running out of time. Red will provide one. They might need one more. At least one more they'll need. But it's CTV White Cat and Unlucky W holding nicely. Firu trades one of them back. And that could be the nail in the coffin. Daxaraz is the nail in the coffin. And Canada clutch it up after the timeout and rattle off 4 unanswered points to win this match 6-2 and advance to face Germany.
Yeah, it was a really nice performance out of Mexico at the end there. They all three were holding very well, getting up to 1,000 combo. But fortunately, Canada just clutching up, really. Showing a lot of consistency at the end there. Will be our winners. Bit unfortunate, but that does mean we need to say goodbye to Mexico. This was a lower bracket match, so Mexico going to be eliminated in the quarterfinals. But Canada, they're not safe yet. They have not surpassed the quarterfinals. So they now have that following match with Germany, as you're saying.
Indeed, yeah. They got to go toe-to-toe with the Germans, who had an impressive showing against Hong Kong, 6-1, as you see there earlier. And that will be for a spot in top 12 if they can pull it off.
Yeah, and Germany, seed 13, just right behind the Canada seed 12. So, if anything, it's going to be a harder match. And if you just go by the seeding, it'll be a harder match than the one against Mexico. So, Canada, still plenty of work for them to do this weekend, but we'll have to see that later, because our next match is going to be the United Kingdom versus Peru in about 30 minutes.
Indeed, and that's going to be our final lower bracket match of the weekend. Before we get into our 3 remaining winners bracket quarterfinal matches, you see Russia, Finland, United States, Japan, Argentina, Poland. Those matches happening tomorrow, as well as some more lower bracket matches. Again, the schedules will be updated shortly at some time by the staff. But we're going to see you back here in 30 minutes for the next one. Snow Leopard, it was a pleasure as always.
Pleasure as always. For all you out there watching, go ahead and get some snacks, buy your banners, use the bathroom, and we'll see you back in 30 minutes for the final match of the day. Thanks all.
can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. I can hear your voice, I can hear you through the silence.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2025 Osketch World Cup quarterfinals. We've got one more lower bracket match today to take care of, and that is the 11th seeded United Kingdom against 7th seeded Peru. Or 17th seeded, rather. My bad. Very important. I'm Dolan, and I'm joined by Secret.
Hello. Yeah, this one, again, honestly, probably one of the bangers of the loser bracket this week, in my opinion. Peru, they have one of the strongest 3/4-man rosters. We haven't seen much of Lunaticid since the qualifiers. Maybe he's here today, but even without Lunaticid, Boltico, Morisi, and Islux, definitely one of the best trio teams that we've ever had in the World Cup, for sure. You know, UK, they're up on the up and coming, you know? They have a lot of new players and a lot of old players like Fab Ninja and Matt H, who kind of came back for this, and they're making their biggest run in quite a while, I'd say. Or at least they're hoping to, you know? I do see in the chat the rolls did come out. UK did win the roll, choosing to pick second and ban first. On the side of UK, probably not sure what they want to ban. I'd say maybe Hard Rock. Oh, no mod 4. That's a bit surprising to me. I was thinking maybe something like the Hard Rock 2 could have been a good ban against Peru, because Peru has some pretty consistent Hard Rock plays from what I've seen overall. But no mod 4, also still fine in its own right. On the side of Peru, probably gonna get rid of one of the hiddens, I'd say. Whether it's hidden 2 or hidden 3, really depends on how they feel.
Yeah, Peru is notably strong in that Hard Rock pool throughout the tournament. So we'll see what they go with on the bans here. But I haven't seen the No Mod 4 banned a lot this weekend, so that is a surprising ban to me.
If you feel weak on the converts, of course, there's only one of them, so it's good to ban it. But they do ban Hidden 2. Makes complete sense from Peru, because, you know, not many teams wanting to play this week's Hidden 2. Very difficult. Probably if you feel like you're not good on it, you're probably going to lose it. So, end up banning it, get it out of the way. It is going to be Peru's first pick coming now. I have a feeling Hard Rock 1 or Mix 1. Mix 1, also pretty decent of a pick for Peru. They have one of the better mixed mod teams, in my opinion, especially in this like kind of rank range. All three of them are pretty good at each individual mod.
Yeah, mixed mod has always proven to be one of their kind of stronger suits, especially in these mid to early rounds. Probably going to be Ilux on the hidden here.
strongest players in this lobby. And we actually do have no mods on the top. Hard Rock's in the bottom right.
We got trolled by the ref.
Yeah, true. We do a little bit of trolling here.
All right. So it's going to be Nathaniel against Luna on Nomad, Matt against Ilux on Hidden, and Darned Urchin against Boltico on the Hard Rock. Finally getting this match underway.
I'll say part of me believes that Lunatic might not have the setup just because he's playing Nomad. I feel like if they were in the best position they could, they would have played Hard Rock, because it seems like something they'd FC like last year, you know? But we'll have to see how they do based on their performance. You have some misses from the Hidden players early on. Not too surprising. This map's really brutal with Hidden.
And misses easily recovered from by both of the Hidden players. Oh, Matt is going to actually falter right before 200 combo there, so advantage will be on the side of Peru.
Traded out with Islux though. That's 2 misses actually from Islux. It's going to go back to UK here.
Oh, but Matt is going to keep it dead center. Darned Urchin going down as well. Back in favor of Peru. Oh,
they all fall.
A full team wipe for the United Kingdom. Luna and Boltico carrying on with the full combos.
Oh, that's a double miss from Peru, but one miss is traded out by Matt H. They're still going to have a pretty sizable lead. I think it's going to be like 2 misses advantage for Peru now. The only FC left in the lobby is Lunatic in that top right spot with the SS even.
Yeah, but as Matt H's combo recovers back up to 200 here, that lead will stop shrinking right around 50,000. That's pretty much 2 misses right there. Maybe a little less than 2 misses. 2 might swing it back over to the UK.
That miss from Darned Urchin though, not going to help. Traded out at least with Islux, so still staying around that 50k. That's another miss.
Oh, the Nomads go.
Miss on Nomad.
Yep, and now no FCs remaining in the lobby. Only Matt and Boltico with combo. Darned Urchin finally back up to 200. Nathaniel goes down as well. Not looking good for the United Kingdom here into the final quarter. It's still very close, but these misses are just being traded.
They need more misses from Peru.
Oh, Boltico!
That's some.
But Matt finding a drop to trade it might eliminate the United Kingdom's hopes here on this one, as well as Nathaniel.
It's still super possible in this wiggle heavy ending. See trades again from Boltico and Nathaniel. Matt H doesn't get traded out just yet from a player on the side of Peru, as well as Darned Urchin. That one is traded out with Islux though. Actually, no, wait, they got traded by Boltico. So it's still 100k-ish gap at the end. But Peru, Lunatic didn't look like he missed a step. Only 1 miss. Best score in the lobby by quite a margin.
Yeah, by well over 40,000 points over the next highest scorer in Boltico.
And you know, that is such like an aura moment to have, really, is on the side of UK, you're probably going into this match thinking, okay, we're playing against Islux, Boltico, and Marisi. That's the roster that Peru has been running since round of 32. They ran it for the past 2 weeks. And then on the first map, you just see Lunatic had come in, 1 missed the map on your own pick. That's like maximum just aura right there that you can have. It really plays into the minds of the UK at that point. It's like, oh, he's here.
We got to deal with this guy.
Score. Yeah, we got to deal with this guy now.
And immediately going to pick Hard Rock 2 here, so the UK seemingly unfazed here.
I don't know if I like this. I feel like if they didn't have Lunatic this could be fine, but this just screams Lunatic just destroying this map. And Boltico just put up a decent performance as well on the Mixed Mod 1 Hard Rock.
Yeah, true, but like you also mentioned, you know, Lunatic also has a capable Hard Rock player. So were they putting Lunaticid on the no mod because it's a suboptimal setup?
I don't know, but I mean, he did good. So we'll have to see.
The mind games continue here. Fab Ninja checking in for the United Kingdom will be the lone substitution so far. Looks like we're going to see one from Peru as well. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Something feels off here. There we go. Yeah, Marisi stepping in for Islux on the side of Peru.
Looks like this is the lineup we're going to have for Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, big thing about Peru is last year they kind of got third man gapped on most of their maps because their 3 players that they had last year, Lunatic, Boltico, and Islux, could have only played 2 out of 3 mods. Somebody would fall off in one of the mods, no matter who it was. But now, Maurici really caught up this year in terms of ability. So they can really actually have a 4-man roster. And this is the first time we're really seeing it happen with Lunatic playing in this match. On the side of UK, we have Fab Ninja and Matt H, 2 of the veteran United Kingdom players. They've been here for better half of a decade. Probably close to a decade for both of them, actually. Darndurch and one of the newer UK members.
Couple early misses here from some of these Peruvian players in Lunaticid and Maurici. So far, the British looking quite comfortable on the intro. Matt will find a drop here, as well as Fab Ninja, so Peru will be right back in this one. They will take a nice advantage.
Darn Urgent drops on the slider, which is so unfortunate. That's going to be spelling a pretty decent lead for Peru being built up here.
Maurici will find a drop to trade that back, but again, shouldn't be the end for Peru here. They still have a little cushion here, at least a 1 miss cushion, and it'll increase with the miss from Matt H.
Yeah, now we're looking at even the 3 miss one.
This is getting pretty ugly pretty quickly.
Yeah, this map is not that dense either, so all these misses, especially a double miss as well from the UK, really not looking good. This is their pick, by the way, as well.
And man, Peru look a whole lot different with Lunaticid in their lineup.
I mean, even then, they've had some... Their first match was really close. I believe it was against Colombia. And it was not like they were weak at all. They're still really strong, even with Maurici. Maurici's still holding better than all of the members of Team UK right now on this pick. And even though he's the weakest one on Peru, still doing better than everybody else.
That was Sweden they faced in the round of 32. He just came up short in tiebreaker on that one, so, you know.
Yeah.
And again, that was without Lunaticid, so. But a couple misses coming out here. We missed a complete team wipe here from Peru.
Yeah, but it's so much of a gap. They're going to need at least a few more in these last few seconds.
Yeah, they're going to need like another team wipe to happen, essentially, like right now. And that miss from Fab Ninja won't help. Should be a point for Peru here. A solid break point. They'll go up 2-0 with the pick. Looking good. This is how you want to start the match off as the seed underdog.
Yeah, definitely. And Peru, after seeing the performances on that one, I feel like you just go straight into either Hard Rock 3 or Hard Rock 1. Honestly. Stick with the Hard Rock.
That's definitely not a bad strategy.
It's so nice waking up to you.
I just can't imagine either of these teams wanting to go into the hidden pool.
Definitely not. I mean, Peru...
Not that they couldn't, but it's just
Peru's
that
not bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, they could pick a hidden 1 type map and still be okay. But The UK as well, I'm not sure if they want to do that either. I feel like we're gonna see it just kind of ignored for this match.
Yeah, probably ignored until, one team's back is against the wall and they're trying to find a way to change up the match.
Yeah, it's like that button in the glass to break in case of emergency.
In case of emergency, exactly. Exactly. Lone Digger, go!
Yep. That's pretty much it. It's like, alright, we have nothing else to do. Might as well just throw it out there.
Just like your game plan is expect the unexpected.
It's like rolling a d20 to find your pick.
I mean, at that point, just don't pick and let the ref decide.
I don't know. I haven't seen that actually ever happen.
New idea for World Cup. No picks allowed. It's all, you get one ban and then just random picks.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I'm down to play in a tournament. That's just random.
That would
picks.
be interesting.
Hey, somebody make it happen.
Let's go. Idea. Free idea.
Hard
Rock
3.
3. Yep. I think
I like
they're listening to you. Yeah.
I like it.
Apparently, Peru ran out the timer there.
Yeah. As long as they keep it within, fixed times for later ones, should be fine. Now this one, bit more hard rock patterns than the other two maps. Bit more mechanical as well, but again, it is on the shorter side compared to the two. So that's kind of the trade-off that you get with this one.
Very short hard rock pick here. 2 minutes, 17 seconds.
I wonder if we're going to be seeing any substitutions on the side of the UK. We do see Islux come in for Marisi. On the side of the UK, we see Nathaniel hopping in for Fab Ninja.
Looks like that's going to be all for now. Good luck, have fun's in the chat.
Yeah, I was honestly pretty surprised that we didn't get Nathaniel playing the last map. I do believe he is the United Kingdom's best player overall. One of the players, multi-mode players that we do have in this game, coming from Tycho, top 50 there, making their way into catch top 100 here too. So definitely force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Then you've got Matt H, the longtime speed player, the longtime veteran for the United Kingdom. We'll see how they fare here. Isluk's going to take Hidden as well for preference. But it seems to be a well-scouted pick here from Peru, considering how that last hard rock pick went. But there will be an early drop from Islux to start this one out.
As well as Baltica missing before the 200 mark. Not really where you... That's definitely not where you would expect to miss. Double miss from the UK. Following up with one more from Nathaniel, and Peru's going to take this lead right back.
And that was right at the 200 combo mark where that all kind of unfolded, and now it's Lunaticid and Islux holding combos here, only being rivaled by Darn Dirch and Matt H finally getting up to 200 to stop that bleeding.
Yeah, Nathaniel's having a hard time finding his footing on this one so far. Some of the misses are being traded out by both Boltigo and Lunaticid though.
Oh, Islux struggling.
Boltigo. Yeah. Both Islux and Nathaniel down below 98%.
And it seems to be like who's going to struggle worse between the two. Another miss from Islux, traded by Nathaniel yet again. The other four players finding their footing and locking in here. But Darn Urchin is going to go down, and that's a big miss on the stack. And Matt, that's basically a complete team reset. And Peru now, only traded by Islux, will run away with this one.
And they still have the Rock FC still holding with Lunaticid in that top right corner.
And it looks like this one is going to slip away here from the United Kingdom at the end. unless a double or triple miss comes out right now from the Peruvian side, there's really nothing the British can do.
Yeah, no, it's too much of a gap. It's 120,000 points, still rising ever so slightly. Now it's not going to rise anymore due to score caps, but you can't win this one anymore. And it's looking like Peru, with that last miss from Islux, going to be able to take this map right on the final spinner. FC from Lunaticid. Lunaticid is back, and Lunaticid is kind of being lunatic, if you could say. These FCs.
Going crazy. He going crazy.
Also, big thing is Boltico as well. Only a 2 miss. Huge score from Boltico. Dart Urchin, 1 miss total. Well, 5 misses total, but only in one section. Tried their best, but it just sadly wasn't enough for the UK. And we're going back to the UK on their second pick.
And Boltico's having quite a nice match as well. Which, man, that really changes everything for this Peruvian squad. Once they get their full roster all together at one place, they're a force to be reckoned with. A team that's also slightly underseeded, I think many people would agree that Peru's kind of just been a sleeper team over the past 2 years, been quietly sneaking up in the rankings.
Yeah. I mean, they had a really good showing last year, and that's kind of when everybody really noticed Peru was like, wait, these guys actually are pretty good, you know? And this year, they didn't have Lunaticid at full power for qualifier, so their qualifier score went down a little bit, I'd say. I'd say they're honestly a top 12-ish potential team. So at 17, a little bit of a misnomer. I'd say these teams are pretty even, all things considered.
And then the winner of this match advances to face Belgium tomorrow, which... Oh, you gotta imagine poor Quentin's watching this stream right now. Not Lunaticid.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
no.
Lunaticid.
Yeah, somebody go check on Mr. Elskefe.
Yeah. But this will be the last of our lower bracket matches for the day.
You know what I also just realized? They broke the glass. The glass has been broken.
Yeah, I was about to say.
One.
Yeah, we're on hidden one. They reached for it quite early, which makes sense. It's gonna bring Withered Lotus into the lobby, and you want to talk about a player who has really gotten better over the past several years. Withered Lotus absolutely is just a great hidden player, and the consistency really is something to be noted as well. But this is a different beast altogether, Sekre. This map is brutal when it comes to swing rhythm.
Yeah, this one, honestly, if you're not a hidden player, it's relatively tame, so it's relying a lot more on that mechanical skill. But I mean, if you can't play hidden, you can't play hidden. That's just how it is. But compared to like hidden 2 or hidden 3, a little bit less reliance on it. You kind of just hold dash, pray, you know. Might be able to hit a bit. These players should be relatively fine. I think all of them pretty decent on something like this still.
Yeah, and this one is definitely not about the AR. It's more so about the platter control, really.
Yeah.
And the way that these kind of streams kind of vary in width somewhat. We miss out on Nathaniel is going to give Peru a slight edge with the Lotus dropping as well, traded by Maurici.
Maurici actually missing a few times as well, so it's not as far of a gap as you would expect. Nathaniel did say before the map started that it was an update that apparently is causing him some issues with the game, so hopefully it doesn't cause too much of an effect. Down with Urchin as well, missing on the slow part.
Yeah, Maurici will find yet another. Yeah, like you noted, only 2 FCs, and they're both on the side of Peru right now. Looking pretty good with about a 20,000 point lead, but that's still less than a miss. Withered will trade with Maurici. Nathaniel following it up. That is going to be a consequential one, but Boltico is going to find their first drop as well. That'll keep Peru from running away with it, but again, slowly building the score lead is Peru, up to 40k now.
Maurici not having the best of times on this one. You can tell they were kind of like the Get in there and do your best. Islux and Boltigo, they got you. I mean, those two have the two highest scores in the lobby. Darwin not that far from Boltigo, at least. Actually, slightly ahead, but Islux still on the FC. That's kind of what you expect from Islux on a map like this, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Marisi doing good enough to keep Peru in it here. Thankfully, a couple of other British players are struggling, and they're not too far behind, only about 10, 20k off of Withered Lotus. Oh, but there's another one. That was a relatively big miss there. That was a couple no's, but Darned Urchin also with a big miss.
Oh no, not right before the break.
Oh.
That's the worst place to miss.
Yep, and you look at the scores, and Marisi is now kind of struggling even further, but again, it's Boltigo. His teammates are just carrying him. They're the top two scores in the lobby, even though Marisi is the lowest. It doesn't matter.
No, Islux falls. The FC is gone.
It's gone, but the damage has been done. Still over 100k, and there's not much combo on the side of the United Kingdom. Not able to capitalize off of these misses from Peru. And there is a miss from Boltigo, but it's immediately traded. And it looks like Peru are going to go up 4-0 here. A valiant effort from the United Kingdom. Decided to try them on hidden early, and it is not going to go their way. 2.759 million for Peru.
Yeah, still huge showing from both Boltigo and Islux. One miss and a two miss. Can't really ask for much better.
And now the straights are getting pretty dire for the British here. It's Peru's pick, and if they consolidate this, they'll be at match point. DT1 is the pick.
DT1, Peru going back to the double time. Something that Peru has been pretty well known for over the past few years. And this one is just screaming, oh, can you play Air 9 DT? Can you? Okay, you're gonna do good. Can you not? You're not gonna do good. That's kind of how this map goes. But on the side of United Kingdom, they do have Matt H, one of the OG AR9 players at least, AR9 DT.
So yeah, they're definitely well equipped, but they're facing a 4-point gap here on the scoreboard. We are going to see Upbeat for their first time. Here we go. Round number 5. The UK desperately searching for a point. Peru looking to put this at match point. Looking to put this one away early. Oh, but a very early double miss.
Yeah, not what you want to see from the side of UK on this one. But I mean, if there's any players who could bring it back for the UK, I have full faith in both Darned Urchin and Matt to be able to pull out still a decent performance after missing early.
And again, there's still plenty of map left, and the misses are very early, despite it being a 42,000 point lead. It's just because of how short the map is. But oh no, those misses are going to be far more consequential from Upbeat and Matt. As Peru still hold a 3-way full combo.
You know, the person I'm looking at for Peru, Lunaticid does miss, but I wasn't going to say Lunaticid. It was going to be Marisi. I was wondering to myself, how well is Marisi going to hold on Air 9 DT? That's something we haven't really seen them be tested on, and they're holding as good as you could expect them to, you know? Still full comboing, 600 combo win. 100,000 point lead for Peru now. Only one miss so far from Lunaticid. That's going to be that miss, though, from Marisi, yeah.
Yeah, will finally go down. But they're still in a great position here. The UK still down by over 90,000 points, despite the fact that they're pulling back some of that score, as Boltco and Matt will trade. It favors the United Kingdom slightly, so they're still going to be eating away, but they're so far behind, and Upbeat missing on the stack. But it's traded by a double miss from Lunaticid and Marisi out of nowhere on nothing.
It's still doable, honestly, for the side of the UK. Darned Urchin is holding an amazing combo right now. Very good recovery. They just need to hold these combos and maybe hope for, I think, 2 more misses from the side of Peru might be enough to swing it. It's going to be so close.
Yeah, 2 more would be enough as the combos recover from Peru above that 200 combo cap. And now that's going to hold still at 58,000 points. But Lunaticid drops. There's one. They just need 1 more untraded miss, and they're right back in it. We're approaching the ending, so that's going to need to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where they're going to need 2 misses at this point.
Oh, there's one! Traded by Rico. It's unfortunate they need another miss and they need it now, and they might need 2 very shortly. Peru looking to close this out and put them up 5-0. Boltico in style says not today. 2.823 million. The winning score out of Peru. And now the straits are as dire as they could possibly be for the United Kingdom. You're down 5-0, back against the wall. You need 6 consecutive points, or else your World Cup journey ends right here.
And this isn't really, I don't think this is the spot that UK expected themselves to be in at all, really. You're coming in seed number 11 in the quarterfinals losers bracket, and you're down 5-0. It's such an honestly unfortunate series of events for the UK. They do pick Nomad 2 as their kind of last hope. The break glass in case of emergency part 2, I guess is what you could call this one.
The backup plan.
Yeah, they gotta have a few more glasses ready to break, I think, at this point, because they're gonna be in an emergency for the rest of the match.
Yeah, they've been in an emergency. They've been calling Mayday for the past few picks now. It's now or never, though, for sure. And again, this is just not a position you would have expected the United Kingdom to be in at the start of the tournament. Here they are, the 11th seed, having to go up against a relatively somewhat underseeded team in Peru here in top 24, and potentially could be eliminated in top 24 with one of their best rosters they've ever had, arguably.
Yeah. Definitely looking like that is the likely scenario. And I mean, Lunaticid coming back for Peru, we can't underrate how much of an impact this probably has had for Peru, in both Peru's mental and the United Kingdom's mental.
Yeah, because like you said, with Lunaticid and qualifiers, Peru probably qualifies somewhere around that 12-14 mark. You know?
If not even higher, honestly.
Yeah.
Lunaticid did play some of the qualifiers, but they just weren't on a good PC at all, so they kind of had very mediocre scores compared to what they could do, you know? But now, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a problem right now, so...
Well, backs up against the wall for the United Kingdom. It's going to be Nathaniel, Darned Urchin, and Matt H, the roster to try to keep them in this match and get a point on the board. The same trio for Peru that has brought them here. Boltico, Lunaticid, and Islux.
here we go into possibly the final point of this match. Peru up 5-0. Hoping to take this home. It's not going home to the UK on this one, though. They need about 6 more if they want to bring it home. Peru, on the other hand, just need this last one to be able to make it happen. Anyone going to miss on these 1-8 doubles in the intro? I know some matches we had a few people missing on them. Doesn't seem like it so far, at least, though.
Here we go in the build up to the first Ki. Darned Urchin is actually going to find a drop here in the intro. That will be traded by Islux.
Yeah, Islux missed a little bit later, so it's going to be a little bit more penalizing, but that trade is from Boltico and Matt H. All of Peru's down, by the way. They missed every note in that section, pretty much. And we actually have a massive lead for the UK off the backs of Nathaniel and Downed Urchin building back that combo.
A good start here.
70,000. Yeah, Lanikin's missed there as well. Traded, but okay, we just
everybody but both goes dead.
I can't speak that fast. Okay. Hey, I said stop.
And now everyone's dead. Everyone's just dead. Okay, so that's going to keep the score advantage in the side of the United Kingdom. A lead by 70K.
All that, it's still a decent sized lead for United Kingdom. It's still staying around that 70,000 mark, even after all of those misses. I guess if you keep missing, you're not gonna build score, you know. I guess that works. You're not gonna lose it. You're not gonna build it. As long as it stays there and you have the lead, that's okay.
Whatever gets the job done in the end, and that lead now gonna balloon over 100K. As the Peruvian players recover back up to the score cap of 200. But they're going to need to see basically a whole team wipe and then some from the British. And Islux finding a miss is not going to help their case. It looks like the United Kingdom will finally get a point on the board in this match.
Braided out in the ending with Islux and Darned Urchin, but a huge recovery from Nathaniel, and on this one, after having their PC issues for their first 3 maps, coming in with over 900,000 points, as well as Darned Urchin and Matt H, all over 900,000. Everybody on the side of UK beat Peru's best player, Boltico, even though it was just a little bit for Darned Urchin, but they still did it. We're so back. We're alive. We're kicking.
Better late than never.
Yep.
But now is where it gets difficult. Now they look up and see just how much farther they have to climb to get to the top of this mountain.
It's a very high mountain.
About as tall a task as could possibly exist in a World Cup scenario. But now it's going to be Peru's pick here. Their first chance to close this match out on their own terms. Again, they've got Hard Rock 1 still open. As well as Double Time 2 and 3. It is going to be Scarlet Rose DT3.
Why is that Peru didn't go through with the Hard Rock 1? We saw how they did on both Hard Rock 2 and Hard Rock 3. I mean, DT3 also fine, but I would have thought Hard Rock 1 would have been a nice little finishing blow, you could say.
Yeah, definitely would have been right up their alley, but I think they just feel that as good as they are on Hard Rock 1, I guess they just feel that the UK is going to struggle more on DT than a Hard Rock 1 pick.
And even in the worst case scenario, they still got it in their back pocket. And I mean, hey, we get to listen to Scarlet Rose. So,
That's true.
Who's really complaining?
And you know, like you said, worst case scenario, they're going to have at least one, if not one more opportunity to close this match out on their turn.
Yeah.
So
at least 2 more picks for them.
see. This is going to be, I believe this is the final match of the day
I think so.
by UTC time. But after this, yeah, this is our final top 24 match, essentially, or top 16, I believe, cutoff. Yeah, top 16. Roster's going to be the same, except for Fab Ninja checking back in. And we'll be taking Hidden.
It wouldn't be Fab Ninja without the Hidden, that's for sure.
No, it wouldn't.
This one, quite a bit harder though, especially with Hidden. Very vertical based.
And we see both sides struggling early on. But Peru...
Yeah, we only have one FC, by the way, still, I'm pretty sure, with Fnatic already. Oh, wait, no,
Yep.
Darn Urchin. Wait, no, Darn Urchin fell. Yeah, only one.
Only one. Yeah, Darn Urchin missed like right at the beginning, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's only 20k, so it's still anyone's game. Fab Ninja going down. Marisi traits. Boltico as well going down. That will narrow the gap.
Still very much alive for the UK.
And Marisi missing yet again will put the United Kingdom in front.
Yeah, Darn Urchin and Matt H both doing very well, and Fab Ninja honestly still not behind, even though they missed quite a few notes in the intro. Peru is just not getting the combos that they need.
Yeah, and the UK finally able to find some footing and lock in, but Darn Urchin and Fab Ninja will both drop. That's going to hand the lead right back to Peru. But at the break, they're going to see just how close it is.
Yeah, that might be the kind of feeling that you need to be able to lock in for the ending. Still 20,000 point lead for Peru. They swapped that one over just a bit, but it's only one miss difference, I believe, still at that number.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game. One, maybe just more than one miss. I don't know. It's going to be very close, but it's going to park right at 25k into the final corner. And still no misses coming out. Matt H goes, though. And that is going to hurt. That could be it.
Locking in.
Peru. This is insane. The British need to see two. Now a team miss out of
Not
Peru,
that.
essentially.
Oh, that's one. That's
And
two.
Will Boltico go?
make it
But Fab
three?
Ninja goes.
It's still really close, and Fnatic is kind of collapsing. Marisi misses too. Hold up here, hold up.
Hold up. Can Boltico hold on for Peru? Will the
Where is
British
he
hold
going
on? Oh my goodness! A chance for the UK. They've done it. They stay alive. Are you kidding me?
Never say GG.
Never say
GG.
GG.
I'm looking at you guys in the chat. Never say it because anything can happen. Everything is possible. Last minute comeback for the UK. They take their second point in a row. They need 4 more. But hey, they got a little bit of momentum now. It's still alive. They're still kicking.
They're still here. And this time they get the pick. A crazy collapse at the end gives the United Kingdom a chance to live another round, and they're going to go right into Nomad 3, the gimmick pick. They want to make Peru as uncomfortable as they possibly can, and I think that's not a bad idea given what's left in the pool, Sakre.
Yeah, honestly, really not too bad of an idea if I say so myself. I mean, the only problem is that Peru looked pretty strong on Mixed Mod 1, especially compared to the UK. And Mixed Mod 1 is the closest thing we have to this map, both mapped by Connor. So they kind of have somewhat similar styles. This one also being one of our OS originals for this round. Absolute banger. Glad we get to see this one, at least for this batch. Now we do see probably some roster swaps from the side of the UK here. We got Darn Urchin left in the lobby. But on the side of Peru, you might be sweating up a little bit. definitely have to think it's definitely possible for UK here. I mean, even though you were down 5-0, to be able to get 2 points in the situation they were in, it's completely massive. See Matt H coming for the UK. Probably going to get one more person. I don't know if it's going to be Nathaniel or not. Nathaniel does step in. Peru sticking with this trio of Boltico, Lunaticid, and Induslux. Seeing if they can close it out. They still have 4 more attempts to close it out. And we just gotta hope, if you are a UK fan, that Nathaniel's issues are at least a little bit remedied, hopefully.
We will see.
Here we go.
Indeed.
Pray for Nathaniel.
If Peru can take, or my bad, if the United Kingdom can take this point, that will definitely start to make Peru sweat for sure.
I mean, they're already sweating, I feel like. You know, you're up 5-0, lose 2 points, it starts to kind of sink into the back of your head. It's like, all right, we can't let them do this, you know?
Right. But, you know, this is their pick for Peru. No, it's not.
This is a UK pick.
I don't know why I had that mixed up in my head. You're right. They might be sweating.
They might be sweating just a little bit.
We'll see an early miss here from Ilux, a second one as well.
2 of them.
And there was a very early miss from Boltico as well, but a double miss is going to come out from Nathaniel and Matt. That will throw the leader right back over to Peru. It's only Lunaticid and Darned Urchin to hold full combos through the intro. You know,
pretty decent recoveries. This is when I say the map starts getting pretty hard in this section over here. A lot more of these smaller wiggles that you have. But Islux breaks, yeah.
And the hyper droplets, everybody hits that. The back 4 slide across the screen. The Lunaticid and Darn Urchin will trade. Yep. So 20k. Boy, has that been the story of the past few maps. And that was a pretty big miss there from Darn Urchin, getting caught out on that hyper at a really awkward time. But thankfully, won't lose too many points off of it in the long run. Peru will take over the score lead.
It's going to be dead even. It's dead even.
It's dead even, yep.
It is so dead even.
It's 500 points.
That's a few banana. Oh no, it's not dead even anymore.
No.
Not anymore. Lunaticid breaks.
Kind of on one of the easier sections of the map too, so the United Kingdom...
Yeah. I mean, this one is the hardest section, though. This is the hardest section of the map. I don't know if anyone's going to hold. Boltico is the only combo left, really. Lunaticid has a small one, but Boltico, 1.2k.
But the UK completely crumbled.
Boltico is holding it.
And I don't know what Boltico is on right now, but that's absolutely insane, and that has produced the biggest lead of the map. Quarter of the map left. Lunaticid able to hold as well was absolutely gargantuan. And now the British, well, their backs are really up against the wall here, Sekre. They need a miracle.
Yeah. I mean, just look at Boltico, though. Still FCing. Lunaticid falls again. There have been so many breaks while Boltico has just held strong. Everybody breaks again.
Except for Boltico.
Still going. Complete rock here.
It looks like that is how this one is going to end. Boltico putting his name on this match in style, over 1 million points on Nomad 3, and Peru will close this out.
He didn't FC though. He didn't FC though. He missed like the first note.
Oh, you hate.
Oh no. You know, it's an FC in our hearts.
In our hearts. In our hearts.
You know, the UK isn't coming, but Boltico is definitely coming at that point, because he is coming for the round of 8. Next round, semifinals, is where he is going. Actually, no, they got one more losers bracket match.
They do. They do. Belgium has something to say about that, and that is
coming for Quinton.
He's going for Quinton. Check out El Skefe, bro.
Yep.
No, but that should be quite the match, honestly. Belgium, Peru, that could be the banger of the loser bracket, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, this match still, we had a bit of a run from the UK towards the end there, getting 2 points, but sadly, it just wasn't enough to overcome Peru, especially with Lunatic making their reappearance in CWC 2025. It's always good to see.
And we are now officially down to just 12 teams in the Catch World Cup as we say goodbye to the United Kingdom. Unfortunately eliminated here today in top 24. And now things are going to get interesting here. We'll cut 4 more teams between now and the end of the weekend. And we've also got 3 more winners bracket matchups, including Sec Race to play.
Yep. That is all going to be tomorrow, though, starting fresh and early at 10 UTC. Then a little bit of a break, and then we got like 3 matches all at 14 UTC. You don't want to miss being around for that time, because those are all the winner bracket matches, by the way. All of them between 13:30 and 14 UTC, so make sure you are here.
Indeed, and then we're going to wrap it up with the rest of our lower bracket matchups to qualify for top 12. Chile, Sweden, Canada, Germany, Peru, Belgium will end the weekend. Those are also going to be some great matches. You don't want to miss them. Don't forget to get your banners in the OS store to support any of these teams for $2.50 and make your profile look amazing. And Secre, I believe with that banner plug, we're done with our mandatory work.
I believe so. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
You said never let me go. In the stillness now, comes right back at me. It never worked out fine. I watched it fall.